Welcome back to GH Always channel. Today we will learn about the dramatic developments unfolding in Port Charles that have viewers on the edge of their seats. Friday's explosive developments, a deep dive. The tension in Port Charles has reached a fever pitch as several storylines converge in what promises to be one of the most riveting episodes of General Hospital this season. The intricate web of relationships, confessions, and threats creates a tapestry of drama that exemplifies why this show continues to captivate audiences decade after decade. The unexpected confession. The Metro Court Bar sets the stage for what appears to be a pivotal moment between Lucas Jones and Marco Rios. The atmosphere is charged with anticipation as Lucas prepares to make what he describes as a confession. Marco's demeanor, a fascinating blend of nervousness and dread, suggests this conversation could dramatically alter their budding relationship. Their connection has been tentative yet promising from the start. Marco had extended an invitation to Lucas, and his anxiety was palpable as he contemplated leaving when Lucas was running late. This vulnerability humanizes Marco, showing viewers a side of him rarely displayed in public settings. When Lucas finally arrived, the relief on Marco's face spoke volumes about his investment in this potential relationship. What makes this interaction particularly compelling is Lucas's apparent calm despite the weight of whatever confession he's about to make. This stark contrast to their previous encounter, where Lucas was primarily concerned about having stained Marco's shirt, demonstrates significant character development. The question remains, will Lucas's confession strengthen their connection or sever it completely? Curtis and Kai, navigating moral complexities. In another corner of Port Charles, a mentorship takes shape as Curtis Ashford engages in a deeply concerned conversation with Kai Taylor. The central question, what does Congressman Kane want you to do now? Carries ominous undertones that suggest ethical dilemmas ahead. Kai's initial enthusiasm about representing a youth-focused project has gradually been overshadowed by growing concerns about Drew Kane's integrity. The congressman's reputation has undergone a dramatic transformation since his pre-Pentonville days, leaving many longtime acquaintances struggling to reconcile the man they knew with the figure he's become. Curtis, with his moral compass firmly intact, stands as a potential guide for Kai through these murky waters. His distrust of Drew, so profound he doesn't trust him as far as he could throw him, positions Curtis as a crucial ally for Kai as he navigates the treacherous landscape of political ambitions and personal ethics. Carly and Jack, relationship crossroads. The ongoing discussion between Carly Spencer and Jack Brennan at the Metro Court represents a critical juncture in their relationship. Jack's question, whether Carly can live with certain conditions, likely refers to his unwavering commitment to prioritizing his WSB responsibilities. This moment forces Carly to confront fundamental questions about compatibility and compromise. Her hesitation speaks volumes, particularly in light of her recent discomfort when Jack engaged in private WSB business with Sonny Corinthos. The secrecy inherent in Jack's profession creates natural friction with Carly's desire for transparency and inclusion. After years of complicated relationships, Carly's caution is understandable. Her history has taught her valuable lessons about trust and boundaries, and now she must decide whether Jack's professional constraints are acceptable parameters for their relationship or insurmountable obstacles to genuine intimacy. The tension between Sasha Corbin and Jason Morgan centers on fundamental differences in their approaches to responsibility and care. Jason's decision to modify his will to provide for Sasha's unborn child stems from his deeply ingrained protective instincts, the same instincts that guided him when raising Michael Corinthos. Sasha's emphatic declaration that the problem is with him highlights her fierce commitment to independence. Having clearly stated her intention to raise her child without external support, she perceives Jason's financial provisions as an unwelcome intrusion rather than a generous gesture. This conflict transcends simple stubbornness. It represents a clash between two strong-willed individuals with different life philosophies. Sasha's insistence on self-sufficiency collides with Jason's natural inclination to provide for those he considers family. The resolution of this standoff will likely reveal much about both characters' capacity for compromise and mutual respect. Sunny and Sidwell, dangerous alliances. The scene at Windmere between Sunny Corinthos and Jen Sidwell introduces a potentially volatile partnership. Sidwell's request to utilize Sunny's resources to identify the culprit behind the penthouse bombing appears straightforward, but context suggests more complex motivations. The timing raises questions, particularly given Sidwell's suspicious behavior, observing the explosion from a Windmere balcony. Though Jason's vouching for Sidwell apparently satisfied Sunny's immediate concerns, the shared interest in the Esplanade Pier project with Drew creates a tangled web of potential motives. This proposed collaboration could represent genuine mutual interests or a calculated move in a larger power play. Sunny's response will reveal much about his current approach to trust and alliance building in Port Charles's ever-shifting landscape of loyalties. Drew's explosive threats. Perhaps most alarming is Drew Kane's confrontation with Portia Robinson at the hospital. His threat to blow your cushy little life right out of the water represents an escalation that suggests desperation or newfound ruthlessness. If Drew believes he possesses leverage regarding Portia's alteration of Heather Weber's medical records, he may be underestimating his position, as Curtis is already aware of this transgression. This miscalculation could indicate Drew's increasing isolation and deteriorating strategic judgment. Alternatively, Drew may possess information beyond the medical records situation, a possibility that would explain the intensity of his threat. Portia's response, potentially setting firm boundaries that triggered Drew's outburst, demonstrates her resilience in the face of intimidation. The evolving landscape of Port Charles. As these storylines unfold, viewers witness the continuing evolution of Port Charles's social and power dynamics. Long-standing relationships face new tests, while emerging connections introduce fresh variables into the equation. The intersections between personal loyalties and professional obligations create fertile ground for both conflict and unexpected alliances. What makes these developments particularly compelling is how they reflect the complex humanity of each character involved. From Marco's vulnerability at the bar to Drew's rage in the hospital, these moments reveal the multifaceted nature of individuals navigating challenging circumstances. The coming episodes promise resolution to some questions while inevitably introducing new mysteries. Will Lucas's confession strengthen or destroy his connection with Marco? Can Carly reconcile herself to Jack's professional priorities? How will Sunny respond to Sidwell's request for collaboration? And what information does Drew believe gives him leverage over Portia? As these stories continue to unfold, one thing remains certain: the citizens of Port Charles will continue to surprise, disappoint, inspire, and captivate us with their all-too-human struggles for love, power, redemption, and understanding in an increasingly complicated world.